It's laundry time again, and this time I decide to follow the children and the carer into the dormitory. I can see immediately that they have both been hit. Todor is on edge but untouched, perhaps because he could defend himself. Maria, my interpreter, is not with me, so I can't speak directly with the abuser. I try to communicate without words that I know what is going on.
Topla.
One of the girls, Stoyanka, does the laundry with them, so I went to ask her what had happened.
Why were they crying in the laundry room?
Защо Милен и Сашо плакаха одеве?
Was going to be.
How often does it happen?
Много.
Does it happen every time they do the laundry?
Да.
What about other errands? What about other things they do? Do they get beaten when they do other things?
Само заради прането или като чистят?
За прането.
This was our last day here for several weeks, so I had to talk to the director about the abuse. Once again, she refused to be filmed, but she readily accepted that the man involved had physically abused the children and even told us that he had a history of violence. She said that now we knew about the mistreatment, she would dismiss him. As the children of Mogilino prepare to go to bed, my mind is with Milan and Misho and the violence they are having to live with. Perhaps their abuser thought his secret would be safe because he had chosen two mute boys to brutalize. Two months have passed since I was last in Mogilino. The abusive staff member has gone, and so too have Milan and Misho, who have been moved on to a children's home several hundred miles away. The director was away from the institute as well, so we could catch up with Nezide.
There's no more Milan around, and he was in your classroom. Do you notice that he's gone?
За персонала, да, за обслужващия, понеже много помагаше. Децата, те те просто не го осъзнават, че ги няма. Милена обичаха го, когато им се вършеше работата. А когато искаше внимание, го мислеха за нагло дете, за неразбрано, за безпокоящо и от този род.
What about Didi?
И питахме специално, и тя е казала, и директорката е казала на персонала, че за Стоянка и за Диди е нямало места. А на Диди майката, сега, понеже дума отваря, като разбрала, че деца има в Пазарджик, а Диди е от Пазарджик. И майката на Диди е казала, нали, много ви моля, направете всичко възможно тя да не се връща там, в града. Сега тя ще я намери, понеже тя е големичка и знае улици, адреси и се е помолила. Това го каза. Диди е с отказ от майката.
None of Didi's letters to her mother are ever posted. They remain in her handbag because her mother has told the director that she will never come to visit Didi and she doesn't want any contact with her daughter ever again.
Даже тя си ги сгъва, вижте ги в чантичката, така и ще стоят. Но мисля, че няма да могат да се изпратят.
Didi's purple handbag has finally fallen apart and one of the staff has given her a replacement.
Явно имала нужда да излее мислите си, да се разтовари психически при мисълта, че тези писма, никакви писма не отиват никъде. И е затворена в себе си и с тази чандичка аз си мисля, че вечно е готова да тръгне.
So Morgilino is to remain Didi's home until she has moved on to an adult institute. At least for now she has Todor. He is Didi's link to keeping her sanity.
Харесват ли ме Тодоре? Харесват ли ме Тодоре? Аз тебе те харесвам, Тодоре. Ти Тодоре, ти ми приятел, ти ме обичаш, ти добър. Ами ако тях да стана от Пазарджик, ако тях да дойде тук на дома, тях да мислите, тях да ожени. Ами аз да стана добра майка, да стана с децата така, да се грижа. Ако имам деца, ако не са моите деца, как може да направя такова лошо така и трябваше да направя добро на теб така, да не ме пратиш на дома, така. Ама не съм... Ама бати, не съм искала моята майка да ме прати си дом, искала съм още да остана винаги в Пазарджик.